Hello everyone. Today we are taking a look at a fantastic bodybuilding comparison in Dorian Yates and Gunter Schlierkamp. Dorian, of course, renowned. He is multiple-time Mr. Olympia champion, 6-time. In fact, one of the greatest of all time. And this 1993 version of him, this is also a very renowned version of him, probably known as the greatest bodybuilding version of any bodybuilder of all time. But you can see to his left, to our right, we see Gunter Schlierkamp. And no, he's not even an Olympia champion. He will not go down in history as one of the greatest of all time. But he did something that it made his name be etched in time, in history. Who's the greatest of all time? Well, that's easy. Ronnie Coleman. Dorian Yates or Ronnie Coleman? Ronnie Coleman, probably. Well, Gunter defeated him smack dab in his prime in 2002, using this version at the Show of Strength. And that's, that's gotta be worth something, guys. Let's begin this comparison. And this is a dangerous matchup for Dorian Yates. And actually, I looked around the internet, and there is no comparisons with this. I think all the YouTubers were scared of this matchup. But guys, don't misconstrue this situation. These pictures of 1993 Dorian Yates, they're terrible. The camera angle, it's on top of him. Makes his legs look small, gives his biceps no peaks. Here's another one. Now, this is a much better one for Dorian. He looks very good. He's so much smaller than Gunter Schlierkamp. And Gunter, he's so big, guys. And if you don't think that I sized this correctly, I did all the homework I could, and it still turned out to be Dorian looking way too small. But still, guys, compare Gunter with Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman's being dwarfed. Have a look at the pictures yourselves, and I'm telling you, Coleman looks tiny compared to Gunter, and Dorian would be no different. So the front double bi, yes, Dorian is winning midsection V-taper for sure, but Gunter is so gosh darn big, and the bicep peaks. I think those arms of Gunter here are awesome. I would definitely give him this point. And pose number 2, front lat spread. And there is that camera angle, 1993, synonymous, just terrible. And this front lat spread, it actually would hurt this pose more than any of the other ones. But look, you can still see Dorian's lats plain as day. Also makes his legs look tiny. Let's bring on another one, and this one is a little bit more favorable for Dorian. You can definitely see the lats a whole lot better. Now I believe the camera angle is a little bit too low for Dorian and maybe a little too high for Gunter. But you can't be that nitpicky, guys. Gunter actually underrated in the front lat spread. A little bit of a wide waist. But when you look at the lats themselves, they're mini Dorian-esque. They're round and they're full. Very symmetrical. Nice looking. But still, guys, Dorian Yates, let us behold this incredible front lat spread. So he is losing on the size, of course. But he's winning this pose. So it's basically tie game heading into the side chest development. And Gunter gets an automatic edge here, guys. Dorian known for that just fish scaly skin on the sides of the legs. Take a good look. Gunter also just packed with conditioning, size and mass. Look at the chest. Now when you compare the chests, there's no contest. Here's one more look at the side chest development. Because a lot of you people, you guys like Dorian Yates' side chest. A lot of you guys like Ronnie Coleman's, for instance. I like the Gunter Schlierkamps, the Kevin Lavronis, how their chest, it bows out. It looks fantastic. So, and notch up another point for Gunter, so he's back in the lead. Side tricep. What a good matchup, guys. What an interesting one as well. Now, like I said, that fish scaly skin on Dorian Yates, those other pictures didn't do him justice. Look at this close-up one of Dorian. Just supreme condition. But then look at Gunter. Same thing. So Gunter definitely losing this pose. But he's not losing in the conditioning, things of that nature. So it's still a tight matchup. Now when you look at the triceps themselves, it looks like Gunter would have the capabilities of snapping a good shot. His physique, things of that nature. But Dorian Yates, my, you're not going to see a better side tricep. This is, no real explanation needed. Drum roll, please, guys. This is the first of the 2 back shots. Maybe even a third. Maybe we'll have a Christmas tree. 1993, classic, terrible footage. You can't see conditioning, but even in these old blurry pictures, look at the glutes on Dorian. Striated as the day is long. I have this one as well. And you know what, guys? This one's even worse, I think. I think the angles are the same. But as far as seeing conditioning of the glutes, things of that nature for Dorian, I mean, what can you do? As a somewhat Dorianite, I've prayed to the Dorianites. Hey, I search and search. If he's losing in a back shot, which he has so far, I search and search. And this one here, I think, is the best representation of Dorian's back development. 1993. Hamstrings, diced, glutes, very diced. But guys, so is Gunter. And Gunter's twice as big. He's winning the rear lat spread, guys. And I searched, for you Dorianites' sakes, I searched and searched. Hey, Gunter's winning this, guys. Gunter's winning this. So it's a gain. Gunter's back in the lead. Go to the rear double bicep. Every time Gunter gets in the lead, the next shot, he just does not have what it takes. A weak one for Dorian, strong one for Gunter. Weak one for Gunter, strong one for Dorian. Dorian's rear double bi, much better than his rear lat spread in my opinion. Look at the lat insertions. Not only that, guys, it appears his back development itself is harder and grainier in this shot. And the opposite could be have said about Gunter Schlierkamp. His rear lat spread looked very hard and crisp. Mind you, of Rolly Winkler, his rear lat spread just as hard and crisp, and then he does the rear double bi and it kind of, goes a little soft. Just a fantastic. And keep in mind, guys, these old blurry pictures, hard to see striations in the glutes, but Dorian Yates standing toe to toe with one of the driest versions of Gunter Schlierkamp, probably the driest we've ever seen. What a matchup, guys. Go to the abs and thigh, and I don't know, Gunter's so big and conditioned. But still, keep in mind, terrible picture of Dorian. Bring on another one of Dorian, and I think this one is maybe extra flattering for Dorian. I much prefer Yates' abs, the six-pack. Of course, those quads. I think the V-taper is going to be a clincher in this one. I think Dorian Yates, much more aesthetically pleasing, just as conditioned. I think this is the first time Dorian has gotten 2 points in a row. Now, this is a very, very close matchup, guys, and we are, in fact, going to take a look at the most muscular, and I'm well aware that the most muscular was not a mandatory shot back then. But the fact that they did hit it, and the fact that it does show certain muscle groups that other poses do not, so it should be a mandatory shot. Just as the ab and thigh shows for the aesthetics, this one shows for the mass. And I gotta say, guys, you almost have to use the aesthetics in this one because Dorian Yates a little oblonged, whether it be his biceps not in symmetry or his traps not as symmetrical. Gunter Schlierkamp shows a perfect from left to right, both sides exactly the same. You almost have to give him the most muscular, Gunter Schlierkamp. But in a close matchup like this, guys, you almost have to use everything to your access. And like I said, this is, this is an important matchup as well, guys. So let's have a look at the Christmas trees. As Louis Marco would say, Christmas trees, baby, please. Almost can't say Christmas trees without saying that. Louis Marco, guys, one of the best. And so are these two. Gunter usually running roughshod over everybody, even Dorian Yates, or even Ronnie Coleman, rather, I apologize, in this pose. But there's a guy from England, from Yorkshire pudding, and he is the best Christmas tree of all time, the bloody well best, and we don't even have trees in England. The weather's too cold. I'd like to get a good steak. Ladies and gentlemen, this was an outstanding matchup. Very close one. But here is your winner, Dorian Yates. And you know what? After the first front double bye, I thought it was all over for Dorian. I mean, Gunter was winning in that one. But then, of course, the front lat spread changes everything around. Side chest, I was thinking Gunter was going to win, but then side tricep, it was a back and forth battle, guys. Son of a bang, son of a boom, back and forth. I'm telling you right now, I think Dorian got an edge when he battled back with the rear double bye, and then he got 2 in a row in the ab and thigh. Most muscular I would have given to Gunter, but that Christmas tree was the clincher. And since we don't use most muscular as a mandatory shot back then, well, we didn't use the Christmas tree either. But hey, maybe I'll use both. Could have went either way, guys, but in my opinion, Dorian Yates reigned supreme, just barely though. So you Dorianites, thank your lucky stars. Could have went the way of the Gunters. But today is a Dorianite day, so hold your head up high, guys. Yorkshire pudding. Have a great day.